So today I'm going to be reviewing the Piggy Hunt novel and basically I'm going to say if you should buy this book or not. Because I do have some problems with this book. I do like the book, but there's definitely some problems. Like, for one, they ruined some characters. I didn't realize how much they ruined Billy's character in these books. His accent is gone. They don't mention him owning a construction site anymore. Billy isn't Billy in this book. And Tenuous Flea has no control over that, because I asked him on Twitter, does he have control over the Billy character anymore? He said basically no. So he doesn't have any control what Billy does in these books, which is really sad, because I don't really like the way they write Billy. They write him as just a stupid idiot a good bit of the times, which I hate. Like, that doesn't feel like Billy. Billy may be goofy in the game, maybe a little bit, but like, a complete idiot? I don't see that. I don't like how they write his character at all in these books, and I hope Tenuous Flea can collab with the book author, because he said he wants to. So I hope he can do that so they can make Billy's character good, and hopefully stop hinting towards that stupid Badgie and Billy ship, which I don't like. Even the creator has said before he doesn't like it, and Billy doesn't even love anyone. That's literally been confirmed by Tenuous Flea, so hopefully they stop hinting toward that ship, because I don't like it. It's just not for me. It does not look good. They don't look good together, in my opinion, and yeah. So the first thing you need to know about this book is it takes place after Infected and The Cure. This is the third installment of the series, and this is the most original book out of these two. These two are just book 1 and 2, but retold in a book with worse characters. That's all it is. This one is different, but there are some parts which I really hate about this book. And I mean really hate. Alright, so the beginning of the book, not much really happens. Ben's talking about, how the Piggy world used to be so nice and calm. Although I'm pretty sure they talked about that in the second book, at the very beginning as well. So it's basically just the same thing as the second book, where Ben just talks about how nice the place used to be before the infection started. We kind of already understood that with the second book, but okay. And basically, after that, it cuts to them fighting some infected monster. So basically, they're fighting this infected monster for a while, and eventually he gets knocked down, which I don't know where that page happens. But eventually he gets knocked down, and he gets shot with a bow and arrow that Badgie has, which has the cure, because in the second book, they found a cure. Because the name of the book is The Cure. They found the cure. Piggy has the cure in the cover, but she doesn't appear in the book, by the way. I thought I would mention that. She does appear in the third one, though. She does finally make an appearance in the third one after being left out of her own book series in the first 2 books. I thought I would mention that real quick, that she's actually in this book. She's actually in this book. And surprisingly, she does play a pretty decent role, I would say, as just like the stalker of them. Stalker of the main characters, that is. I should probably explain who she's stalking. Basically, they shoot the infected guy with the bow and arrow, then Willow calls because the walkie-talkie was broken or something, and she could hear what they were saying, and she tells them she needs them back or something, and then they go back. But it takes them a while to get back, because they have to go through a metro, which is where Piggy first shows up. I need to find that page real quick, hang on. See, they find Piggy, and oh my god, she looks so hideous. But they eventually do find Piggy, who is basically just following them around. And she does appear a few more times during the book. They give her the nickname DK, I believe, for some reason. They just give her nicknames. And she's just following them around. There's not really much to say about her. She just follows them around, and she's working with Theo. We already knew this. If you played the games, you know she's already working with Theo. So she's working with Theo here to, I'm pretty sure, give back information to him. That's what I'm guessing. So yeah, she's following them around, and they have to, like, throw stuff at her. They also say Billy's, I think, she towers over everyone except Billy, I think they mentioned, although I don't know if that's true. I could be wrong, but I think she's still taller than Billy in the actual game. I'm gonna need to relook at that, but I don't think she's smaller than Billy. I think she's taller than Billy. Also, Lily says a line, which I hate these kind of lines, where, they shoot her or something, and she doesn't, and she's just overpowered, and Oli says, "That's new, right? That's new to the canon." I hate that they just acknowledge that they're like a book, and they keep referencing how they keep referencing the game. It's actually annoying at parts. The only funny joke they do is the Gertie joke, where they have a joke referencing the April Fool's update. That's the only funny fourth wall break they pretty much have. The other stuff is just so stupid, of them just constantly being aware that they're in a book, or that they're based off a game, or that they're based off a video game. It's so annoying, the amount of times they bring it up. Like, it actually annoys me. We get it. You're based off a game series. Why do you have to reference it so much? My goodness. Then eventually, after getting away from Penny, they go on a train, and then Ben starts seeing Tio because he's big bad guy. I would say not much really happens, just he sees Tio. I mean, that's what happens in the games. He just sees Tio. And then there's also this random blank page that just appears in the book. You could have put something there. You could have put, like, artwork here. No, you left it blank, though. What was the point of this? You didn't. You could have just removed this page from the book. Is it even counted as a page? I don't know. It might be. I don't know. I don't like that they just have a random, just blank page in the book. You could have put something there. But yeah, they get on the train. Ben sees Tio. Then eventually they get to the TSP base. And then Willow's doing, like, a meeting, and everyone has to attend and whatnot. And then eventually, Ben or Uli, one of them two, comes up with an idea, and Willow sends all four of them to go do it. Because I guess the other people in the safe place don't do anything with their lives. They're just there. Like, yeah, let's pick the human boy, the kid cat, and the badger and the bull. That's the perfect team. And let's just leave these guys behind, and they'll do nothing. So then they leave the next day to find something or whatever. I can't remember what it is, but they're doing something. They're doing Willow's job, because she just sits around, I guess, because it's Willow, and she's most likely just a lazy idiot. Then they get to the metro, they get on the train. Then we have the worst part of the book, in my opinion. The store scene. This scene goes on for so long. That was my issue I have with the second book. The store scene goes on for what feels like forever. And it's so annoying, man. I hated this book just because of the store scene. I mean, the book's good, but the store scene ruined it for me. And once again, they threw in another store scene in this book that goes on forever. And I just got tired of it. That was like, that's one of my main issues with the book. The store scene goes on forever, and it kind of just ruins it for me. And all they're doing is looking for food and stuff, but it goes on forever. And there's like 2 store scenes in this book, I should mention. Yeah, they basically just look for food. I dropped the book, so I cannot go back to the page now, great. But they look for food, they get food, Alphys arrives, because he's here for some reason. Not infected, by the way. They say he has orange eyes, but they're not infection eyes for some reason. But Alphys appears, takes some food, runs away with it. I'm basically skipping past the store scene because of how long the store scene goes on for, it feels like. And then they go to the sewers or something, and then they're chasing him around, but apparently Alphys drops the food, but yet they're chasing after him anyway. But they don't need to because he doesn't have the food anymore or something. I don't know. So eventually they leave the sewer system, and you know what happens next? They go to another grocery store. You know, the store map is one of my favorite maps in the entire Piggy game, but the book it's done so bad. Like, it goes on forever. And what's funny is the store map in the game is like one of the easiest maps in the entire game. I can beat it in like 3 minutes. The book, it feels like it's going on for like an hour. And eventually they eat food in the store, which I don't know why. There's just an entire scene of them eating food in the store. Because why not? And then eventually they leave and they go into the lab, plant. I don't even know at this point. But yeah, eventually they go to the lab, they fight some infection people, and then they find Mr. P. And he's working with Tio, seemingly, maybe, I don't know. And then seemingly Mr. P's a fool and bad guy, and he's not doing it. He's just greedy or something, and then Willow arrests him, which I don't know how she's legally able to do that, because I don't think she's a cop, so Yeah, I don't think she's a cop in this universe, so how is she legally allowed to put handcuffs on him? Like, I don't think that's legal. I don't know. Yes, Mr. P started the infection and whatever, but I don't think you can do that still. I really don't think you can put handcuffs on a random guy. That's the cop's business. So, yeah, and then Ben is like a tattletale, and he tells Willow where they are, and they just randomly arrive, and I think Badgie gets put in an ambulance. Hopefully he dies. I swear he better die in the next book. I'm tired. Here's another issue I have. There's no new characters. There's no new characters in these books, and they're not removing old characters to add new characters. It's all the same characters, which really sucks. So I hope Badgie dies in the next book, so that something can change. Like, the same 4 characters are just so boring. But yeah, they stop Mr. P, arrest him, and then the book ends, pretty much. Yeah, there's some problems with this book. Just some scenes going forever. Mr. P being a full-on villain instead of just being misunderstood or whatever. It's just annoying and being controlled by Tio. Because in the game, seemingly, he's getting controlled by Tio. Here, he's just working with Tio willingly, which, I don't know. There's definitely some issues with this book. Same goes with the first 2 books, because it's just retellings of stories we already know, which I really don't like that much. I wish these books were their own unique stories like this here. I wish they did this instead with the books. I don't want them being stories we already know, but with, like, some different characters. I want them to be new stories, like, full-on new stories like the Fazbear Fright books. That would have been so much better. Like, these are new stories with new characters and some existing characters. Like, Count the Ways. It's about an emo girl who's depressed, and, it does have one character in it, which we know, and that being Funtime Freddy. But the story's new. We don't see this stuff in the game. Same as To Be Beautiful. It's a completely new story, which is about a girl who, I think, doesn't like her looks or whatever, and then Eleanor rips her body apart and turns into a robot. These stories are a bit weird. Not all of them would really work with Piggy if they went this route, but I feel like Piggy could benefit going this route. Having more unique and weirder stories for the franchise would be better for Piggy, instead of book 1, and book 2, but a little bit extra. That's all these books are. It's just the games, but done way worse. Like, the game itself, the main Piggy game, is obviously my favorite game of all time. It's done so well, but the books, it doesn't have that charm. Now, would I recommend buying this book? If you've never played the game before, yes, I say buy all 3 of these. But if you've played the game before, just skip out on this one. Here is a book I do recommend buying, though. The graphic novel. It's an original story, which amazing. It's an original story, new characters. It does have Willow in it and Piggy as, like, the main villain, which is fine. Giving Piggy some love in her own book series, something that the first 2 books didn't do in the novel series, but has new character being Cammy, and then existing character being Willow, and these are the main characters. And the art style is amazing. Like I said, it's an original story. It's done really good, and I would recommend this over all 3 of these books. Now, these books are not bad. I like them. They do the series okay. I feel like they're a good addition to the Piggy series, but if you want a true new Piggy story, this has to be the book for you. And I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just giving my personal opinions. This book is good, and you need to read this book if you haven't, because it's just done so well compared to these 3. If these 3 were original stories, I think I would have liked them more. I wish they were like these. I wish they were Fazbear Fright type stories. I don't want stories where we've already seen, but with different characters. I don't like that kind of stuff. It's annoying. It's like a reboot, kind of. That's why I feel like these are like reboots or something. It's kind of annoying. So, get permanent detention. I would say skip out and hunt. But if you've never played the game, then I would recommend buying these. But yeah, I do think this book is better than these 2. it's more of an original story, but still, it's not, kind of, because it does have elements from, like, book 1, with the whole us finding Mr. P in his lab, and us, it's basically the hidden ending of book 1, and the hidden ending of book 2, I feel like. It's just those two endings mixed in, so who knows what the third book's gonna be about, like, fourth book, because maybe that would be a full-on original story, but I don't know. I have a feeling they're gonna somehow make that book just feel like the main game, but in a book once again, because that's what these two books do, and this one kind of. But yeah, there's my little review on this book. It's good if you've never played the game, but if you've played the game, just play the game. Like, the game is done so much better than these three books. Like, the characters are better. For example, with Zizzy and Pony, they destroy Billy and Badgie in every single way. Like, they're just done better. They're written better. Main character, Ben, he's not really too different from the player. He's a bit annoying, though. Only he's just Georgie, but better. So, yeah, there's my little review on Piggy Hunt. I will make another review when the Entity book comes out, and Desert Nightmare, but, yeah, there's my review for this book. I have nothing else to add, except buy permanent detention. You need this book in your life.